Hello, welcome. Let us discuss and understand how we can use the conditional statements in JavaScript. We will discuss about if else, nested if else, also switch. Let me open the Visual Studio Code, and this is the project that we have created earlier. And here I can create one more file. I will name it as if else condition. If condition will evaluate to either true or false. It should evaluate to true or false. For example, I will say let score equal to 90. Then I will say if score greater than or equal to 90, console.log grade is A. If this condition is true, then only it will execute this statement. Let me save and try to execute this. Let us clear this first. Node. So I need to rename it properly with a JS extension .js and node and this file name. Say I have run this. It has printed grade is A. Suppose I will mention it as 89. Then it will not print this. For example, if I run this again, you see it has not printed anything because this condition is not true. In that case, we can also use else condition. Else, you can print here console.log grade is less than A. Now it is 89. Here we have given a value. It should print this particular message less than A. Let me run this. So you can see grade is less than A. If this particular condition is false, then only it will execute this one. For example, now I will change this score value to 90 again. And if I run now, you can see grade is A is printed and this part will not be printed. Only if this condition is false, then it will execute this particular part. One more thing you need to understand here is undefined, null, or this one, or 0, or this value, all these are considered as false values. For example, if I give this particular condition, let us say I will specify undefined. If undefined, console.log inside undefined if. This message will never be printed because this undefined will always be false. Let us run and verify. You see that message is not printed, only grade is printed here. This is above statement. This message will never be printed. Similarly, if I specify null also here, it will not be printed again because these are always considered as a false values. If I give this value again here, run again, it is not printed. Similarly, if I give it as 0 here and run again, it will not be printed, this particular statement. Similarly, if I give NaN, not a number, this is also considered as a false. So it will not be printed. See, this statement is never printed because these values are all considered as false. False means this statement will never be executed. Only if we provide else part here, it will get executed. If I provide else part here, console.log execute if condition is false. Executed if condition is false. So now this condition is false always, this condition. So it will get printed, this particular statement. Let us run this. You can see executed if this particular statement is printed. Similarly, you can specify 2 or more conditions in if. For example, let me say let A equal to 10. Let A equal to 10. I will say let B equal to 20. Then I can say if A greater than 100 and B greater than 100, then you can print here message console.log both A and B are greater than 100. It means if both these conditions are true, then only it will execute this particular statement. Now A is not greater than 100, B is also not greater than 100. It will not execute this. See, it is not executed. Now I will make A is 101, but B is not greater than 100. Still it will not get executed. For example, if I run it again, see, now I will make B 200 and A is 100. Both are greater than 100 now. These two conditions are specified, this and this. So it will print this now. See here, this both A and B greater than 100 is printed. Right? Similarly, you can specify OR as well. For example, if A greater than 100 or B greater than 100, I can print here console.log at least one of A or B is greater than 100. At least one value is greater than 100, then it will print this. Now it should print because both are greater than 100 now here, right? Let me run this again. See, at least one value greater than 100. For example, now I will specify A is 99 and B is 200. It will still print this because in OR, at least one condition is true, then it is enough. So still it is printed. At least one of A or B is greater than 100. So I will specify both as 99. So it means this is also false, this is also false. So it will not print this now. Let me run this again. That one is not printed now, this particular statement. So this is how you can use if else, and also use a nested if else. For example, we have specified the score here, right? Let me define one more variable here. Let marks equal to 99, right? If marks greater than or equal to 90, console.log grade is A. You can specify else here, and within the else you can specify if condition again. If marks greater than or equal to 80, console.log grade is B. Similarly, you can even specify again else condition here. Else again you can specify if marks greater than or equal to 70. Then I can say, for example, console.log grade is C. Something like this, right? Now I have given 99, it should print this value, grade is A. Let us run this and verify. You can see grade is A is printed. Now if I specify here 70, then it should print grade is C. Say grade is C is printed. If I specify here 60, that condition is not given here, right? So it will not print anything. See, for example, see, not printed. So we can specify here else sol.log, you can specify no grade given, something like this. Since we have given here marks as 60 and it is not satisfying any of these conditions, means all these conditions are false, it should print this one, no grade given, right? See, no grade given. In this way, you can use if else condition, but one thing you need to understand here is this if else condition, if it is used too much, can become confusing and difficult to understand. In this case, what will happen is it will check this condition. It is false, then it will go here. It will check again, if it is false, it will go here. It means it is checking every condition, though this is not a good practice. For example, if all these conditions are false, it is checking every condition and then finally it is executing this or this, right? So it is not efficient way of coding. Since here conditions becomes confusing and it is checking multiple conditions, this is slower and not efficient way of coding and not easy to understand. To solve this problem, we can use a switch case. If you just have one or two conditions to check, then you can use if else. If you have a lot of conditions to check, then it is better to use a switch case. We will look into that shortly. Thank you for watching.